With over $200 million in revenue, he is definitely one of the leaders in the entrepreneurial space. Alex and his wife, Layla, have become influencers in sales and building businesses. Alex understands how important mindset is. Having the right psychological perspective is important. Most people don't even try because the perspective around wealth is unhealthy, and most of the time it's not true. Welcome to the Inspired Wallets channel. Subscribe for weekly inspiring financial videos. So many people say they are the hardest working person on the planet. It can't be true for all of them. To be perfectly honest, there are people in countries around the world that work 18 hours in a day, and that's quite normal. What do you consider hard work? Alex says hard work is using leverage in your favor. Working a 9-to-5, you are not leveraging your time. It's capped. The company you work for is using you as leverage. This is what creating a business can do for you. It shifts the money to you easier through a system put in place. This is why most of the time people that become insanely rich do it through creating multiple businesses or one that's built upon. It's all about output over time and energy. Think about it like this. You could be the best salesman in the world, but you won't outsell more than 1,500 good salesmen. It's impossible. Or you could be the guy that just hires the salesman while he's doing something else. That's called leverage. Now that you understand leverage, it's time to take some action towards it. If you find yourself running 9 businesses that aren't making money, then maybe you might just want to focus on one of the businesses and scale that. Most billionaires are the leaders of one thing. They become the best at that one thing. There isn't enough time to do it all. How can you outsell someone that is only focused on the one thing? One thing, all in. Which of your businesses is making money? Which one is a little bit older maybe? It's most likely become boring, but that might be the one to focus on, at least for now. As Alex says, ignore the woman in the red dress. It's a reference to the movie The Matrix. In other words, ignore all the new shiny things that are consistently being pushed in front of your face. The more successful you become, the more distractions there will be. Being focused is the ultimate form of leverage. Build a team or surround yourself with friends that won't add dissonance to the focus. Make a list of all the things inside your business that you should be doing, but you're not. Chances are these things that you've been putting off will give you the biggest impact. These things are also most likely incredibly unexciting and boring, but it's those things that will bring you the most dollar impact. Doing these things is never easy, or everyone would just do it. Finding ways to pep talk to yourself can help in many areas of your business and life. It's easier to have ideas than to put actions to those ideas. The amount of great ideas that never got implemented has to be astronomical. Often giving ideas is much easier than putting them into action. So use this to coach yourself. What would you say to yourself? Knowing that you have more information than anyone else because it's you. You were there in every conversation. You have seen every report and email. We are our own worst critic. If you were coaching you, what would you tell you to do? I bet there are at least a few things that you could be doing that you're not. Focus on the stuff you aren't doing that will make you the most amount of money. Sell your other businesses and/or stop working on things that don't make money in less time. You can't beat someone that never stops and puts all their energy into one thing. Even if you aren't number 1, you will at least get into the top 10. That's still pretty good. Most entrepreneurs would be very happy with that. Growth is really slow. Most people try to move things too fast. Then they trip and fall. It usually takes years to recover from a failed business. And it will keep happening if you don't take the time to put the right things in the right place. You can't have quality and speed all at the same time. You need to pick one. If you have a subpar quality in a product or service, your word of mouth from people will be bad. You can advertise as much as you want, and you might get an influx of people at the start. Eventually, the word will get around and your business will suffer. Alex calls this the negative word of mouth. No amount of advertising will fix this. For every ad someone sees, he hears 2 or bad reviews from his community. Spend the time getting it right. In the long term, this is how a successful business is born. Getting the product to a quality that's on par with the leaders of the space will bring you leverage, and your output will go up exponentially. This is how you build leverage in a billion-dollar business. Alex used his book as an example of how to leverage the price from $25 to $1,000. The more rare something is and the more valuable someone thinks it is, it will increase in price. If you do it right, you will have multiple people after it with money in hand. Just having a book with unlimited copies for sale isn't going to stir the pot as much as it would if there was 10 other incentives. He used the people in the seminar to see how many people stood up by the end of all the different incentives. It starts out with the book on Amazon for sale with unlimited copies. The first incentive, now there's only 10 copies. Second incentive, Alex autographs it. Third incentive, Alex adds his personal phone number. Fourth incentive, he promises to do 30 to 50% boost in sales. Fifth incentive, he promises to 2x your traffic. Sixth incentive, he uses his network to hire you star players. Seventh incentive, you get 2 hours with him on an offer. Eighth incentive, you get featured on a show with 10 million impressions. Ninth incentive, you get a guarantee of a 3x ROI, return on investment. And then finally, the 10th incentive, now there's only one book. At the end of the speech, most of the room was standing. A half a dozen people even walked to the front of the class with $1,000 in hand trying to get the book, waiting for him to make the exchange just in case he was serious. His example worked very well, both in the seminar and online. He has sold a lot of his books. This is what can happen if you learn the art of leverage. If you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, ring the bell for future notifications, and make sure to subscribe. How much money do you want to have? Leave it in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, then please check out these other ones as well. Thank you for watching.